There are two dimensions of the will of God. Pay attention carefully. There are two dimensions or two types of the will of God. The first dimension of the will of God, which is very unsafe. That dimension of the will of God is a risk. It is very risky to stay there. It is unsafe. If you find yourself there, look for every way to realign yourself, because in that will there is something called judgment. You can enjoy for a while, but judgment is coming. It's called the permissive will of God. The permissive will of God. That this thing you are doing is not the actual will of God, but God permitted you to do it. It is dangerous to be in that zone. It is still the will of God, but God is only permitting you. God expects you to outgrow that dimension and come into his perfect will. That's the second dimension. The second dimension of the will of God is the perfect will of God for your life. The perfect will of God. Example of those who stayed in the permissive will of God in scriptures. Remember that for the nation of Israel, God did not desire for them to have a king. Remember, God did not desire that the nation of Israel should have a king. But when they were murmuring before God, we to be one king, other nations have king, and that's what many of you are doing. Me too, I want a relationship. I want one boyfriend. I serious. Just give me anybody. And God now arrange one boy. Shall just go and date her, so that my purpose for our life will not be jeopardized. Permissive will of God. Israel needed no king, but because they were knocking the doors of heaven, give us this miracle, we want a king by force, God had to package Saul for them. Remember what Saul did to them. There is judgment afterwards. So you are going to God in prayers. Lord, I want to leave Nigeria. Just give me any visa to any nation. And God is saying that I actually programmed you to stay in Nigeria. But you are looking at the recession, looking at the kidnappings, looking at the killings. You are saying that no, I don't belong here. God, just help me to leave this country. So God just arranged one visa for you in one nation like that. Permissive will of God. Permissive will of God. It is dangerous to be there. The best place to be is to be in the perfect will of God. When you are in the perfect will of God, you will enjoy three basic things. I taught you on Friday, you will enjoy three basic things. Number one, you will enjoy the provision of God. Number two, you will enjoy the protection of God. Number three, you will enjoy the gift of man. The gift of man. If you stay in the perfect will of God for your life, you will enjoy provision, you will enjoy promotion. That's number four. You will enjoy promotion, you will enjoy protection, and lastly, you will enjoy the gift of man. The best place to be is the perfect will of God.